Hello everybody, I'm Nigel Layton. I'm the Co-Pharma Life Sciences Sector Lead, and I'm here today with Tarifa Simpson to talk about the deal environment in the sector. Hi Tarifa.
Hi Nigel, thanks for having me today.
Pleasure, lovely to see you. Just tell me a little bit about the deal environment in the sector.
Well, I think you see in the press quite a lot that deals are down, and I think that's caused some concerns, and certainly 2023 has been a challenging year. I don't think there's any way to get around that. However, deals are getting over the line. They're taking a bit longer, but it is happening, so that's very positive. I think the concerns around global political instability, supply chain risks, concerns of a recession have affected different sectors to a greater or lesser extent. And in healthcare and life sciences, I think they've actually been insulated from some of those impacts. So we're seeing encouraging signs. As you well know, in big pharma, there still continues to be a number of non-core divestments, and they're investing in biotechs. And within the private equity arena, we see a lot of deal activity. In fact, 2021 was a record year.
Yeah, you mentioned private equity there. I'm really interested to know more about private equity in the sector and why private equity seem to love this sector.
So over the last decade, we've seen interest in healthcare and life sciences businesses grow. I think previous to that, they were seen to be quite complex and therefore high risk. But certain subsectors have proven to be highly cash generative. They are linked to national health economies and therefore have inherently stable income streams. So that has really shifted. And what that's meant is that we've seen specialist firms emerge, and we've also seen generalist firms really boost their capabilities to be able to invest in the space.
Great. And what are the key subsectors at the moment?
Well, that's a great question, and I think we can touch on a few. So tech-driven businesses are still really of interest, although what we are seeing is a bit more challenge before investments are taking place. And that's really about concerns of the strength of the IP, but also the ability to get commercial success with an idea. So I also feel that the broader pharma services space will continue to do well. And what's really interesting there is that private equity firms can really leverage their wealth of knowledge from aligned sectors and ones that they invest in more routinely, so business services and TMT. I think there's also consumer-driven healthcare businesses that will gain a lot of interest. And this is as we see national health services come under pressure and where there's a greater awareness of health and well-being. I think there is a market for good brands to really get investment and grow. I think we will also continue to see activity from bolt-on acquisitions that add on data capabilities or novel technology. So that's either around devices or manufacturing processes or client-facing tools. So effectively a way to fast-track development.
Great, thank you. That's really interesting stuff. Thanks for those great insights, Tarifa. I wonder if you could just finish off with just some tips for companies in the sector preparing for private equity investment.
Well, thanks for having me, Nigel. And I think in terms of the key takeaways, essentially there are deals to be done for the right assets. But what businesses do need to bear in mind is that it is becoming harder to execute a transaction, and therefore they really need to take the time to plan before investment or an exit. And what that means is they really need to look at what short-term or long-term improvements they may need to make. So that might be around operational financial data. It may be whether they need to upskill their management team or whether they need to look at other processes that could be improved over a period of time. And I think if businesses can really do that and take that time, and we're certainly helping companies to do that at the moment, then there really is a space for investment in the sector to continue.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you.